and I have the pleasure and the honor to be interviewing, actually to have a conversation with my dear, dear sister, Dr. Pauline Long. Also in this conversation, I have other dear friend accompanying us. So I will be including our friend in some moment in the conversation at the end of the conversation for question and for introducing them to. Welcome, Pauline.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm good. And thank you for opening a space for us today. I didn't want to let this day go because it's actually is new. Women's Entrepreneurship Days organization announced the launch of 2021 #ChooseWomen campaign, a grassroots social media movement designed to inspire women and men to pledge their support on Wednesday, December the 1st, to #ChooseWomen everywhere in business, public life, and local communities. In the spirit of all what's happening after Thanksgiving, to dedicate this Wednesday after Thanksgiving, the day to support women. It has been 6 years since Wendy Diamond created Women's Entrepreneurship Day. This year, in her word, we are taking our movement to the next level. We are launching a dynamic, creative social media campaign to accelerate global awareness about the importance of Choose Women Wednesday in the spirit of Small Business Saturday and Giving Tuesday. We have dedicated the Wednesday after Thanksgiving as the day to support women in business. You shop, women thrive. You vote, women win. You watch, women shine. We are thrilled with these amazing partners that have joined us this first year to support women in business. Building off the momentum for Women's Entrepreneurship Day, Choose Women Wednesday invite consumers to shop at women-owned businesses, read books by female authors, listen to female musicians, vote for female politicians, and otherwise promote and mentor women in an effort to close the gender gaps once and for all. 1 in 8 women in the US live in poverty. Only 2%. There is a lot of statistics. I try not to go to statistics because I manage number very bad. But in what we want is to make no more gap. Yeah. Let's keep working together in a smart way to eliminate this gap. And to celebrate this day, as you know me, I have so many friends in the field and I'm part of several organizations. I just thought, if I need to choose now one woman that represent many of us, who will I choose? So I will tell you why I have chosen Dr. Pauline Long. Because Pauline, years ago, have chosen women in a very beautiful way, as many of us have done. And she had, apart from being a mother, wife, entrepreneur, a humanitarian, listen to me and see all what she have created for women. Founder of WOW, Women Appreciating Women. Founder of Global Africa Women's Week. Founder Pauline Long Entrepreneurship Foundation that has been helping elderly women. Pauline Long show that I've been in, Dr. Pauline Long Widows and Elderly Women Program, Forum for African, Caribbean, and Asian Women in Politics. She's the global chairperson for Ladies of All Nations International Loani. She's the governor of Academy of Universal Global Peace, executive board member of Women Economic Forum, advisor board member of She Inspired Me Award, there's more, founder of BEFTA Awards, Dr. Pauline Long Award for Humanitarian, Dr. Pauline Long Empowerment and Mentoring Clubs. She mentored more than 1,000 young people. Founder of For Me, For Her Sanitary Pads campaign. I've been supporting her in that campaign. She's so much involved in that, and so forth. And there is a word that there is a sentence that I always remember when I'm interviewing Pauline or we are together in some program. And she said, in my most darkest days, it was a woman who came in my rescue. And in my most creative day, also it was a woman who came to be with me. Welcome, Sister Pauline. I'm so pleased and happy that you are with us here. And thank you for opening that space for us.
Thank you so much for having me from a distance in Cyprus. I feel that I'm there with you, actually. I feel the love. I feel the warmth. Thank you, everybody, for joining in from wherever part of the world that you're in. Today is a significant day, a day to celebrate women in entrepreneurship and a day to choose women, because as we realize that no economy in any nation can move without any woman. No roundtable decisions in any part of the world can be made and certified without any woman having a seat on the round table. No health and social care decisions any part of the world or any part of the society can be implemented without including women. And no celebration should be done without women at the center, at the forefront, at the side, and everywhere in it. It took many, many years, over 100 years, to get women at the forefront to vote, to get women to have rights. But now that we have arrived, now that we are in it, we have to take the mantle. And as it says, choose women. We have to make sure that no woman is left behind. One at a time until we reach every woman. And I want to live in a society where women are not strangers to each other, where women can connect with each other from any part of the world. A woman deep in a village in Nigeria can connect with a woman deep in a village in Brazil. A woman in Cyprus connecting with a woman in the UK. A woman in South Africa connecting with a woman in Toronto. So we want women to choose women. And for me, this campaign is phenomenal. This is amazing because it's just last night. I didn't even know that this Choose Women Day. This was because last night on my Spotify list, I just went wild and started looking for female pop artists. So I created a female playlist, and I created one that was called She Is Healing. So I started looking for all female artists on Spotify that their songs are kind of healing. And then I went and created another one called She Is Leading. And I started choosing, songs for female artists, not knowing I was specific, and I was choosing these songs. And I was really, there were some songs by men, but I was just going past them and saying, no, I'm choosing a woman, not knowing that today was a day to choose women. That is phenomenal. I'm so proud. When you sent me the message and said, I'm interviewing you about choosing women, I thought, how did she know I was choosing a playlist last night?
I'm your elder sister. I know. Thank you so much for this.
Midnight. So that was already today. And I carefully chose two playlists. She Is Healing. Because, women, we go through a lot of pain. We go through trauma. And then we need that time and space to heal. So I created this space of She Is Healing for women. And I'm thinking, I want to help some women heal, but I also want to heal with them. So let me create this space. Let me create this playlist. And then the leading, she's leading. I said, I want to lead. I want to be at the forefront, but then I also want to bring these women to lead with me. So let's have this music, because I like my music, because it moves me.
Yes, I know. That's beautiful.
I'm going women, because it is a time to choose women. And how incredible, how we sync this is absolutely phenomenal, because it is a time in the world where we're still trying to get the balance. Yes, women are out there doing amazing things, phenomenal things. We are creating, we are establishing, we are leading, but we still really are getting pain from our knuckles, because there's some doors we're still knocking so hard. There's some spaces where women are still being told, no, this is not your space. That is your space. But we want to live in a society where women are told that, you know what, there's no choosing, just enter. We just walk in, because no, we should just walk in, and nobody should look at us like, that's your space and this is our space. No. And I want to live in a society whereby even in politics, there is that balance. We don't want a position created for women. Like in my own country, Kenya, because a lot of women are not elected as senators or governors or MPs. So what the country has decided to do intentionally is create a position called women representative. So it means that still women cannot be MPs, still they cannot be senators, they cannot be governors, they cannot be the president, because they have their own little corner called women representative. But I am so against it, because women also want to be the president. Women also want to be governors and senators and MPs. You know, we also want to be chosen. We don't want to be put in
represented
and be given
as a
this
minority. Not to be represented, just to be part of it.
Yes, we don't want to be given this separate title and then told, okay, you have your own position that way, you stay there. So we have to work towards ending stay there attitude and walk in attitude, because we need to be in with everybody. And yes, it's an entrepreneur's world. It is a world which is moved by two people, entrepreneurs and humanitarians, because they work hand in hand, they go hand in hand. And women are actually phenomenal at creating, at becoming entrepreneurs, whether it's a small business, whether it's that woman selling tomatoes in the market just so she can pay school fees for her children, whether it's a woman who has established a medium-sized company, whether it's a woman that's employing thousands and thousands of people. Women know how to move economy. They are brilliant. They're absolutely incredible. So I am really honored to be part of this Choose Me. As you know, when I start to talk about all the things that I've achieved, it seems a lot. But for me, it is not a lot, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tell other women that you too can go ahead and do even more than I have done. Because from a young age, I knew, seeing my mother doing all that she was doing, I knew that also as a woman, I have a place in this world to do as much as I can. And the same as my daughter, when people ask her, what do you want to be? Who do you want to be? She goes, I don't understand why people ask me what I want to be or who I want to be. How can you be just one thing? How can you? You cannot be just the one thing. I cannot just be an astronaut. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a fashion designer. I want to be a creator. I want to be a musician. I want to be a pianist. So, my daughter has also taken that trait from me, that she cannot just answer that one question, that I want to be just that one thing that the world is telling me to be. I can be everything. I can exhaust everything, because that's what entrepreneurs do. Entrepreneurship is like a disease. When you catch it, it's like an incurable, persistent disease that when you catch it, it never leaves you. You're constantly creating, you're constantly moving.
Say it in a positive way then. It's an incredible quality that when we find it out in us, stay with us forever and ever and multiply.
Forever. It sticks on you like a leech. It sticks Doesn't matter whether you shake it. And I mean, when I say whether you shake it, whether you go through challenges, you know, in your journey as an entrepreneur, you still find a way out. You still come out on the other end and create something. Yes, this didn't work, but tomorrow something else is going to work. As an entrepreneur that runs film studios, I started out with one film studio in London, and it was, as you know, very challenging. It was a struggle being a woman and also being a Black woman in London. But that didn't stop me. And I went through a period where I thought I was going to give up. Actually, I didn't think I was going to give up. People around me thought I was going to give up because I went through some challenges where I had to shut down the studio actually for 1 year. And people thought that was it. But not knowing that, okay, I've shut down to come back again and come back with not just one studio, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 studios 14 years on. So I want to encourage any woman listening to wear the entrepreneur's hat. And even if it falls, pick it up, tip it, put it back on. Yes, it will fall. The entrepreneur's hat will fall. It will tip. The wind will blow it. But you need to be in that position to pick it up and put it back on, because once an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur. You will never shake it off. And it's the greatest feeling in the world, knowing that you've created something that's changing people's lives, knowing that you've created something that people are using every day, knowing that you've created something that people in their homes can admire and say, this has been created by a woman. It's an incredible feeling that will never leave you. So I encourage women, all women, to become entrepreneurs. Every woman has an entrepreneurial spirit in their heart, because women are the center of the home. Therefore, women are the center of a nation, and center of a nation is governed by economy, but women are in the center of it.
Well, you can see and feel and almost touch her passion, her grit, and how inspirational Pauline is. So with Pauline, we have several projects together. And one thing I really, really like about what you do, Pauline, is that you created Women Appreciating Women Award. Yeah. Do you want to, I've been with you since 2018 in this project, and it was the last event we did before the COVID. Yeah, it was 8th of March, and we were together co-hosting this Women Appreciating Women 2019 in the International Women's Day. It was so, so beautiful as usual, so generous as usual, honoring more than 100 women every year and having a dinner party after it, and especially picking up women that maybe are not seen publicly, maybe is all these things that we're doing to honor the woman who maybe is serving the coffee every day when we go in our work and we stop there and she's receiving with us with a smile. I have a woman that I really, really, sometimes I just stop there to see her. She owned a laundry and I didn't know her story before, but every time I would go to that laundry, I will say to anybody who's with me, she has such a mystic of work. She's always smiling. Sometimes I go there and she and her worker are taking some day off with a book in their hand, having a tea and having a cake. And through the years, the workers stay with her, the same worker. And, ups and downs since I moved to Cyprus for many, many years. And one day we had the time, both of us, to talk. And I understood she was a journalist and she had a very interesting life. And at the end, because of her entrepreneurship, she decided to have that business. But her quality of work, the excellency, the beauty in that small laundry, you could smell it, you could see it. But maybe those people are not public, but this is what Pauline had show us through the years. Let's choose women. Let's choose women in different areas of life. And this is how women appreciating women come along year after year. And tell us, Pauline, about how you created and why.
So it is interesting that you mentioned the woman who owns the laundrette, just an ordinary woman who has an extraordinary story, an extraordinary need to serve, not just in one industry as a journalist, but she thought, you know what, I have another hand, I can serve somewhere else. The Women Appreciating Women, I started as a need to, first of all, as a person, to appreciate the many, many women. And that's why I always, when I start my talk with Women Appreciating Women, I say at the deepest hour when I needed somebody, at that midnight hour, the person that actually picked up the call when I called was a woman. When I was down with no penny, the person that lent me money was a woman, no doubt. At the darkest hour when I needed to speak to somebody I trusted, somebody I knew that would not share my story with anybody without my permission, somebody who I felt would have been safe with my story, it was a woman. And so I was surrounded by this many, many people. And I thought, how am I going to say thank you? But even if I said thank you, just me saying thank you to these people, there are other women out there who feel the same, but there are women that they need to say thank you to, but they don't know how to reach these women. And that's why at Women Appreciating Women, we actually get women to actually nominate and appreciate other women. We want them to say, you know, I'm appreciating this woman. I'm nominating this woman because this woman is that woman that does that. Do you know how special that is? That another woman appreciating another woman in a world where we hear people saying that, you know, women pull each other down, you know, it's a woman did this to me, that woman did that to me. But I wanted to change this story. And I wanted women to come forward and say, you know, that woman did this for me. Please, let me appreciate her in front of everybody. Let everybody know that this woman did this for me. And so hence, from my own story, surrounded by so many women that were there for me, and I wanted to say thank you to these women. I just wanted other women to feel the same, to say thank you to other women. And that's why every year, Women Appreciating Women, we appreciate women from all walks of life. And I say, when we say that there are women high in the society, middle, and obviously women in a different stage, women that feel that they haven't achieved. But we don't do that at Women Appreciating Women. We bring every woman from every sector, from every level, whether you have just started and you feel like you haven't achieved much, but we want to appreciate the little that you've achieved. We want to bring you up and say, you know what, thank you. We have to serve you with your flowers when you're still alive. We have to appreciate you. We want you to smell the sweet scent of these flowers when you can still smell. We want you to see what we're doing. We want to hug you. We want to put our arms around you when we can still put our arms around you. And that's why, as you know, that this is an award ceremony that I fully fund. You know, people come and eat and drink and celebrate and enjoy and take their award at the end of the night, and they're not charged, no penny. It's like I'm opening my doors, the double doors, to all these women. Come, it's a day to celebrate. It's a day to honestly and genuinely and deeply appreciate one another with love. And I mean capital love, Love.
Yes. And for that, I'm an active executive member of Women Appreciating Women, and I don't get at all tired of doing whatever is needed to do for Women Appreciating Women. In 2020, we did several online events. We went to South America, and we went to Arabic country, and we were in Africa together. So we did all that. And just while I'm listening to you, I remember, and I want to honor Melek, is my dear friend who helped me in the housekeeping and helped me to come once a week to my house to help me. And Melek in Arabic means angel. And really, she is my angel. And I remember meeting her years ago, maybe 15 years ago, at a friend's house that she was helping them in the cleaning and assisting. And I was saying how difficult it was for me just moving country and not speaking the language, and to find somebody to help me. And she speaks Arabic and I speak Arabic. And she said, she listened, she was in the kitchen and she listened. She said, I like you so much. I want to help you. I said, which day you can come? She said, I'm fully booked, but I can come in my resting day, Sunday. I said, no way. There's no way I'm going to take your resting day. And we argue a little bit. Yeah. We said, no, yes, I want to come. And she promised, she said, I'll find you a way. Let me come now, half day, my resting day, and later I'll find a day for you. And that was the day, like, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 years ago that we've been together. And this woman is such an entrepreneur, because one day she said, I want to learn how to drive. And then I supported her. And now she come and go in her own car. I want to buy this small land here. And she saved, she saved her money with me. And then in some moment she said, I find the land, how much saving I have. And, entrepreneurship is everywhere and anywhere, because she does her work with so much love. And she still and is an entrepreneur. And this is the woman that we last 2021, I've been honoring in the Women International Day, Melek, and is women that we need to appreciate, see, and support in any way possible. Of course, also support each other, like me and Pauline, we do with Asher. And here I have some friend like Ingun, is my sister Layla here, how we support each other in our work, in our greatness. I will introduce you some more people who are in this conversation with us. So Pauline, I have another story with you, and I want to remind you, meanwhile I'm talking with Pauline, that today we are together honoring the day of #ChooseWomen Everywhere, created by dear Wendy Diamond, the founder of Women's Entrepreneurship Day organization. Wendy created We Do in 2013. She was one of the pioneers of creating an organization. And actually it has grown so big. It's 160 countries, it's everywhere. She does so many things for women all around the world. And I've been having Wendy in some interviews, and you can see them in the Widow page, in the Widow Cyprus too. And also I have to acknowledge here my dearest friend, Janice Ruffle, who actually is the ambassador for We Do in Cyprus. But here again, the generosity of a woman. Janice is so beautiful and generous that when she met me, she said, you can be a great ambassador for We Do. And there she was the ambassador, but she still wanted to open her space so we can do it together. And even though we're representing Cyprus, that is a tiny island in comparison of other countries. So this tiny island have 2 ambassadors because of the generosity of Janice, and because working together is greater. Working together is easier. Working together, we can achieve so much more. So there is a lot of story in how we in alliances, we can achieve so many things together. So today in this celebration and opening the space, and I hope all of you can help us and Wendy in her calling to choose women 1st of December, or just after the Thanksgiving, then the Choose Women movement to these days, mentor a woman, talking about mentorship. And here I can remember, I have to mention my dear friend, Chelsea Baker, who created a huge movement about National Mentorship Day. And in that day, 27th of October, she said, mentor somebody today. So today, following what Chelsea said and when Wendy said, is today, choose women, please mentor a woman, buy something from a woman, hire a woman for some work, help a woman to in your consultancy, do something with a woman and for a woman. So this is why we are meeting today. And then Pauline Long. You told me a story once, and here I am with you again in your foundation, supporting you as much as I can. And you tell me that story that you were going to inherit a land in your hometown, I think, and then you find these women, healthy women over 70s in the streets, and they touch your heart. Do you want to tell us that story, Pauline?
Yes, yes, indeed. You know, I run the...
Your camera is off.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yes,
Okay.
we can see you now.
So, as you are aware, I run the Pauline Long Entrepreneurship Foundation, which is currently in 6 countries. So in Malawi, we got land from the community there, and we have started building a women's center for women that don't have shelters, but it's also going to be a shelter for women to, you know, to do some handiwork, just be entrepreneurs, and also to do agriculture, grow crops and sell them to communities. And now, speaking of choosing women again, I have been saving money. You know, as a philanthropist, you always have a lot of things you're contributing towards. And as an entrepreneur as well, you're constantly improving the businesses. And as a mother as well, you're constantly spending money on your children and family. And so, and also as somebody that runs award ceremonies, I have to spend money in running the award ceremonies. And so it's very difficult to save money. But I have been saving money because I chose 60 elderly women in Kenya. I chose them to buy land for them. And so last week, I paid the last transaction, and we did a video call with the lawyer, and the land has officially been handed over to me. And I officially handed over this land to these elderly women. So we are going to build again homes for women that do not have homes, because there is a culture in parts of Africa, and certainly in my country as well, Kenya, where if you're a widow, if your husband dies, in most cases, you'll be chased away from your marital home. Therefore, you become homeless. And how can you become homeless at the age of 60 plus, 70 plus? So for me, that's not acceptable. So hence, I am building a village for these women to live safely and to be taken care of. These are elderly women. And for the younger women that also do not have shelters, they will use that place as their homes, but they will also use the place to develop their skills and do business, whether it's from baking and sewing, doing pottery, and all sorts of things that they would like to do. So yes, so I have 2 places that I'm building in, and I cannot build alone. And I'm asking women again to come and support me so that we can help these women live a beautiful life, because everybody deserves to live a beautiful life.
Indeed.
Well, amen to that. Yes.
Yes, and Wendy Diamond have several projects that we need to meet you together, introduce you, and have several projects for Africa, and economical project and grants that we can work to support you, apart from all what we can support you, each one of us. And I'm so pleased to be in your field and in all the things that you do, and you know that you count on me. And my name for her is Big Sister. So, Pauline, my dear, what is next for you? What is, I know you have great dreams as politician, dreams or wishes or desires. So tell us what's next for you.
So at the moment, as you know, I'm still getting involved in a lot of charitable work, representing quite a number of organizations, and supporting where I can. I am also, of course, still in 6 countries I've just added one more country, Nigeria now, where I'm going to be paying some school fees. I've joined hands with a lady there where we're going to be paying school fees for, on top of the 150 orphans I pay school fees for. We're now going to be choosing 3 schools in Nigeria where these kids cannot afford to go to school. They're staying at home, yet they need to be at school. So that's a project I'm going to be working on with a lady in Nigeria who's on the ground, and a project that's very close to my heart. The sanitary pads program as well is going to be extended in other countries, although at the moment we only do it in Kenya and Malawi, but we're going to extend it in other countries because, again, every girl deserves to have a sanitary pads, because what you find that when they can't afford to have sanitary pads, they miss going to school because they are in that time of the month where they cannot, they're not comfortable, so they miss going to school. But we don't want them missing education just for a simple sanitary pad. So we're still carrying on with that program. And yes, I've got some film projects coming. I am going to be producing a horror film, if any of you likes to watch horror. And then also a television series. My big sister saying, no. Yeah. And of course, my TV show is coming back very soon, as everything is coming.
Show.
Long show is coming back, because I want you guys, when you come to London, of course, come on TV, be on Sky TV. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. But the bigger picture is, as I say, is I will be going back home, hopefully back to Kenya, and getting involved in politics with the aim of becoming a president of Kenya. Yes, it's possible. I have that urge to serve even more people. I serve people in different countries. So I think that there is a calling for me to go and serve in my country. But this is in the next maybe 5 years, 6 years. Hopefully, this will come to reality.
We will be supporting you to go into that reality, Pauline, because every project that you have started, the one that I know about, have gone so big, so wide, so beautiful. Now we are together with our sister Caroline Makaka, yes, producing a book that's gonna come very soon, and some of you are included there, and so many things, as she said, entrepreneurship has no limit, creativity has no limits. And that ability to be always finding the tiny time here and there to be able to support others or to share with others and encourage others. You are such an aspirational woman that I'm so pleased that you are in my life. I'm so happy, so blessed. Thank you for this time, Pauline. And I know that between us there is several dear friends that you would love to know, and they will be with us as soon as we start our event. Wow, coming. They will be, some of them were already nominated, and some will be nominated for the Wow Award and maybe for the BEFTA. We didn't talk about BEFTA. Do you want to tell us a little bit about BEFTA before we finish?
Oh yes, the Black Entertainment Film Fashion TV Awards, which has been going on now for 13 years. Well, this will be the 14th year. I founded this as a result of the Black and ethnic personalities not being honored in those fields. But things have moved, times have moved. Now the BEFTAs is not just for the Black and ethnic minority. We've opened it for all communities now, and we're celebrating people from the fashion industry, film, television, arts, philanthropy, businesses, corporate. The field has been opened, and all communities, everybody comes together. And of course, my big, you've been celebrated as well as a legend. And I like to give people their flowers when they're alive. And I want to mention, Philip Chan, may his soul peace. We honored him as well as a BEFTA legend.
Yes.
This is what.
Yes, I remember.
Yes, I try to catch people like him, people that are, that they have celebrated here. So that's what BEFTA does. We've celebrated the very, very famous and the people not famous, and the beauty of it is we bring everybody under one roof. So it's incredible. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And always you say, I want to live this life naked, Pauline. I don't want to take anything with me. So we were talking with Pauline when we were celebrating mentorship and how she have the time to mentor so many people, and so many of these people have become so great, so big, and spread around the world. So in this group, it's I'm gonna go quickly. I know we passed the time, but I could not let go without calling my dear Ingun Ball. Ingun, are you there? I know you are following Pauline's work. Hello, Ingun. So here is Ingun, is the founder of Female Wave of Change. And today that we choose women. So just quickly, Ingun, it's such a pleasure to be with you in a day that it said choose women. So you already have chosen women. You created Female Wave of Change. And also you have chosen women and men that about a subject that Pauline talked and is so dear to your heart is Wise Move Society, which is +50 population and all the work, multi-generational work. Would you like to tell us a couple of words about Choose Women?
Well, first of all, I must say, Pauline, I'm very impressed about the work that you do, and thank you very much for all this amazing work for women and for also the older generation. And just one note on Kenya and your presidency, I really believe that you can do this, but don't wait 5 years. The country needs you now. The people need you now. So please don't do that. Yes, choose women. I really believe that that women contribute so much to society, and not always are given the chance and the opportunity to do so. That we do need to embrace each other to really make that happen. And I absolutely agree with you that we have to choose entrepreneurship. We are all these very powerful souls that are entrepreneurial. We do that in our daily life, and we do that in different organizations, in NGOs, and we do all these amazing things, but also use it to that entrepreneurial power to start these businesses, because we really need that economic, we need to build up the economy again, but also to create those jobs that others need. So absolutely, it is that entrepreneurial spirit is important, but also, we still need all this feminine, that authentic feminine leadership in all kinds of organizations to make change happen and to really accelerate change, to create a world that is a better place for each and every one of us. And therefore, we need women at all levels of society. Of course, we do need them in the boardroom and we do need them in politics, but that is such a small part of our total society. So we need women to step up at grassroots level and everything in between, because we need to accelerate what is the change that we desperately need right now. So that is my 2 cents, and wonderful listening to your story. Thank you, Viola, and thank you, Dr. Pauline.
Thank you, Ingun. And Leila and myself, we have a little surprise for you. Actually, we were preparing a whole program, but then we decided to include it here. So from us, from the Grit Academy, we will be giving 10 scholarships for women today. So so for our program, Grit Star. So each one of you, please, let's follow the example of Women Appreciating Women. So you nominate from your family group or from your friend group or your network, some women that we can give this scholarship, 10 scholarship for our program, the Great Star program that is starting on the 18th of January in English and on the 12th of January in Spanish. And very, very soon it's going to be in Arabic and Turkish and other language. So this is apart from all what I will be doing today is also our gift for Choose Women. Yes, Layla.
Amazing. Wow.
It's how great to hear you, Pauline and Ingun. It's so nice to have you on screen today. Well, yes, for us, this Great Star program has been very beautiful for us first, because in my case, it has helped me to be very present in my everyday with many, many ways. And this methodology that we have created, for me, it has been marvelous. So if I am a woman and I am enjoying every bit of these practices that I am teaching to all the people that has been with us so far, we want to continue spreading that, because it doesn't matter where we are. If we are in a company, if we are at home, if we are in the field, if we are in the music areas, doesn't matter where is it that I am putting my body and my mind in that day. All the practices that this Great Star program had to give you, they add very beautifully to everything you're doing. And since Viola and I want to choose women, also these scholarships are very welcome and close to our hearts. Each one that comes, and she is welcome. They are welcome.
Thank you, Layla. And
Wow.
in these almost 50 years of being working myself, I come to the conclusion of three major things. The core of every organization are the people. People take their emotion and sentiment wherever they go. And everybody in the world, doesn't matter their nationality and their gender, they want to be loved, they want to be approved, and they want to be useful. Maybe they don't know how to say it, maybe they need a little bit of support. So these programs are to honor this human quality. And today in #ChooseWomen, thank you, Wendy Diamond. You've been with us today all morning. I know you're in another country and you may be still sleeping now, but you're in our heart. And we thank you so much for all what you've been doing for women. And all of you, as Pauline, as Ingun, as all the people here with us, is Carmen from Lebanon, Joanna, so many other people who are doing great work for women all around the world. So thank you so much. Let's choose women all day and honor women all day. And don't leave anybody behind, starting by us. So let's take care of the self and keep working in spreading the beauty of serving humanity and the planet. Yes, Layla?
Can I ask, after we leave, that all the cameras will be on so we can see the faces and the beautiful eyes and the smiles of all the women that are with us today?
Yes. Some had to go for connection. And
Yes.
Pauline, okay, let's go. Pauline, thank you so much, sister.
Stay with us. Turn on your camera. Let us see you.
Thank you.
Let us take a picture of you.
Yes, Larissa, Lubna,
Toyin.
Beautiful, Vahida.
Okay. So sorry that Larissa and Lubna and Toyin are not on, but let's take the ones we are. So here's Choose Women. Hey, Toyin. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Pauline, Ingun, Joanna, Zoe, Vahide, my dearest Elsa B, who's saved my life every day, and Lubna and Toya and Larissa. Thank you so much, all of you, to be here today. And we're gonna share this recording in YouTube and Facebook and wherever we can. Bye-bye.
And please check the chats. Please check the chats.